coming on here. As I said, I'll be on here more often doing mobile type stuff. um, yeah, so yeah, the what's been happening? Oh, actually, I'm on TikTok now. Interesting that one of my videos went viral. It's like I don't know how much. It's like uh, it went really viral. I don't know, several thousands of people liked my. It's like 50,000. I don't know how many, or 150,000. They liked my video on TikTok. All it was a picture, because TMZ posted that Eva Longoria is campaigning for Biden, and what I did is I kind of like posted that, but I had like a little text there saying to block because this whole blocking campaign to block Zionist celebrities. So I said block Eva Longoria because she supports Genocide Joe and his and I go Joe Biden is a Zionist and he's supplying basically the Israel with weapons and our taxpayer money. So block Eva Longoria for supporting Zionist Genocide Joe. So I put that down, and that thing I didn't think it was gonna go viral, but it's crazy. A lot of people are commenting, saying blocked. Yeah, we blocked. A lot of people, but then you got a lot of these bots and Democrats. They're the first thing they come on here is they accuse me of oh, so you're for Trump. You think Trump is gonna do any better? Oh, Trump is a Zionist too. Trump, Trump, Trump. And I never said anything about Trump. And they're all like, and there's a bunch of so-called Latino sellouts saying, "Oh, we're gonna even follow Eva Longoria even more, and we support her. What a beautiful woman, and this and that, smart woman." It's all BS, bunch of propaganda. It seems like they got like bots on there too. I noticed that go on the comments, and they're just promoting Biden and Eva Longoria I think it's all just a campaign that that pushes certain propaganda and stuff like that. So you have but what I do on my video is I delete all the Biden pro Biden stuff. I even delete the Trump pro Trump stuff too on the comments because I'm neither pro Trump or Biden. Um, they're all any Zionist presidential candidate. I'm not for them at all. You know, I was going to vote for RFK because of his. You know, he exposed the jabs and this and that, but he's a freaking Zionist as well, and he's just ridiculous with what he's been saying, denying that Palestinians are going through a genocide, claiming that the Jews are the ones who are victims of genocide right now. And I'm like, this guy is backwards. And even Tulsi Gabbard, you know, I always knew that Tulsi was a military industrial complex product, you know, and so she's a Zionist as well. And even there's this show called Kim Iverson on Rumble. You should check her out. She's pretty good. And she's been exposing a lot of the Zionists, and she's saying that you know she can't believe Tulsi Gabbard, and she says a lot of good stuff, but then she just becomes a Zionist puppet. And Kim Iverson's even questioning, like, has like who's controlling all these people? Like, they're seem like they question everything else but the Zionist agenda, and they go, it seems like they bought out to the Zionists, or maybe they've been blackmailed, or how the whole Epstein Mossad type stuff, where or they even bought out by APAC, the Zionist lobby. Who knows, what's behind all these guys just denying the genocide and siding with Zionism. It's just crazy. You'd think like someone like RFK Jr. would be um, more of a critical thinker, but it seems like he's sold out to the Zionists. So I'm not voting for him. Obviously, Trump and Biden are big time Zionists. Who else? The ones that I kind of like right now is Dr. Shiva. Although he talks a lot of shit, but he does speak truth and everything. He was against the jab mandates, and he's exposing all the Zionists. Gets a little shady though. And there's another one, Jill Stein. I actually voted for her in the past when I didn't want to vote for Hillary or Trump. She's a Green Party. She's against the lockdowns. What happened with the lockdowns, and she's against the Zionists. The thing is, they say be careful with Jews who act like they're against Zionism, but yet they still they still believe in their chosenness or their Talmudism, or I'm not saying Jill Stein believes in that. I'm not too sure what her beliefs are, but I'm still a little skeptical at times of Jews like to play both sides, and this is not anti-Semitism. It's just I don't know. I noticed that even if they claim they're not Zionists, they still think they're the chosen people. They believe in the Talmud and all that. So I don't know. I'm really careful with them, but I don't know. I still haven't decided who I wanted to vote for, or and maybe I just won't even vote, because the whole voting system is a scam, and it's all baloney and stuff like that. So there's no real democracy here. I studied a lot of political philosophy. I have a degree in philosophy, and political philosophy. Even when you study it, even democracy is BS. It is, I mean, supposedly you have people representing you, and they don't even truly represent you. They're just a bunch of elites, that run a republic in some sense, and it's all about people in power and all that. Even from my experience of even the political system, I used to campaign for Bernie Sanders and all that, and he sold out, and he sold out to the Democrat establishment. But what I found out is that you got these super delegates that run the parties, and they decide who should be elected, and that's just with the primaries, whether it's Democrats or Republicans. So you got these super delegates determining who should win, and it's not the people. Even though the people will vote for somebody else, the super delegates will vote somebody else instead of for the people. and then you get to a higher level where you got what is it called? Dang, I even forgot the term, but they're what the heck? I'm just losing. Um, they're basically representatives of say was it the representatives? So you got the super delegates for the Democrats and the Republicans, but then when you get to the higher level between the two presidential candidates, you got so-called representatives out there. What is it? Electoral. Um, the electoral representatives. They're the ones. Electoral college or something like that? I forgot the name. I'm just. It's been a while, but basically representatives at a higher level supposedly representing you, and they don't represent you. They're the ones that elect who the president is and stuff like that. So it's all rigged. The whole system, the political system is all rigged, and you got all these people bought out by lobbyists and special interests and corporate. Noam Chomsky even once said that this is not it's not a government, it's a corporation. So whoever is getting the most money and funded by the most, they usually get in. So it's all political nonsense. It's all rigged and everything. Um, if you want to make change in society, I believe more in grassroots. And how do you do it is through you know proper conscious education, and not the education through the institutions. Institutions are they don't create change. They actually empower the establishment and elites in power in rule. So it's real education that makes you conscious and empowers you, and you know yourself, your history, your culture, where you stand in society. You learn about the oppressive systems that exist. Um, just education is very important, and that's a good way to you gotta be able to educate the masses. Whether through videos, books, social media, in your community, getting involved in your community, even getting to the point where you're making money and you have the resources to educate others, to empower your community, to make a financial change, because a lot of us people of color live in poverty, survival mode and stuff. So but at the same time, when we get a lot of us, when we get money and status, our people sell out and stuff like that and have the wrong mindset. And usually it's a colonizer, white supremacist mindset, Zionist mindset, and stuff like that. Um, so we got to make sure, our people succeed and empower themselves, but without selling out to the evil out here, the corruption and everything. But definitely, that's the key to change. Change is multifaceted. It's not one way, you know. But it starts with knowledge and wisdom. That's what it is. Consciousness. That's why I push a lot of this consciousness. It starts with the mind. You know, the mind and the soul. You know, and then every other aspect. It's just a holistic approach. It's mind, body, your relations, your spirituality, your connection with God, and um, you know, it's social, political, education, family, politics, and just different aspects of how you can implement change and influence the world. and and instead of being a sellout influencer, you become a conscious influencer. That's what I say. That's what I promote. Becoming a conscious influencer, and this is what we really need out here. And you see all these celebrity influencers, promoting Zionism and all this other corruption nonsense. Or you even see some of these Chicano influencers on YouTube promoting, gang culture and prison culture and, and drinking and drugs and, destructive lifestyle and everything. And, a lifestyle that ends up leading them to prison or, you know, 6 feet under and stuff like that, or just in poverty and all that. So we need real brown influencers out here dropping knowledge and consciousness and empowerment, speaking positivity, and even with the right information. I see a lot of these people that are just full of false doctrines too, and they're led astray and all that. So, um, but anyways, we need some better. Even like it's kind of like Hollywood. The only Mexicans you see there are just gangbangers, drug dealers, gangbangers, drunks, prostitutes, um, you know, ab- like abusers or whatever. Everything negative is like that's what Hollywood projects, and this is how they want us to identify as. So we become delinquent and dysfunctional, and this is what promoted all the time. This is what. So we need Chicanos, who are promoting success, promoting wisdom, promoting even like godliness, um, righteousness, truth, wisdom, compassion, love, peace, all that stuff, man. Even the gospel, all that. And we got a lot of these Chicanos and so-called Mexicas or whatever, bashing Christianity, promoting Hebrew Israelism and all this stuff, um, and all they do is listen. They read these liberal books written by Satanists and Freemasons and atheists, and and they start promoting this whole LGBTQ agenda and all this other nonsense, man, and even pseudoscience and all this stuff. I just see a lot of these Chicanos just misinformed, not too well educated on the issues. A lot of the guys even talking on YouTube are not even well educated. I found out a lot of them are high school dropouts, and they got a big audience. They got a big audience because you got a lot of these Chicanos that don't know any better. Like they identify with them because, oh, these guys are just like, they're just like me or whatever. Like, oh, this guy, he's bald, he has tattoos, he looks like a cholo, or this guy is all mexica'd out with all these earrings and all these jewelry and this and that. And like, come on, man, it's about truth and wisdom, man. And if you don't have the right mind, you haven't done the right research, you're not gonna, tell me, you know, what's wrong about Christianity when you haven't even studied a lot about the history and the, and the Bible or nothing like that. I mean, all you hear is from these Freemasons and atheists and LGBTQ people on their perspective, but or even Chicano studies, or a lot of them listen to these Afrocentrics. I know a lot of the East LA community, the Mexica East LA community, they're all into Afrocentrism and influenced by them big time. Even these Hebrew Israelites, a lot of these brown Hebrew Israelites, they're influenced by the black Hebrew Israelites. That's where it all started right there. That's how they got into it. It's because of this whole black Hebrew Israelite stuff, which is started by Freemasons. And I have the evidence that the black Hebrew Israelism was started by Freemasons. But anyways, but people need to learn the truth and the wisdom, of God and Christ, and know the real history too. Because go get yourself a book called Brown Church. It tells you how there was brown Christians in who were involved in anti-colonialism, anti-white supremacy. They believed in justice. They fought against slavery. They fought against what the atrocities that were being done to the indigenous populations. Freedom fighters and all that, brown freedom fighters and all that. You don't hear about that in Chicano studies. You don't hear about that in these Mexica circles out here. You don't hear about that in the Hebrew Israelite camps and all that. You don't hear about none of that. So it's important that we get the truth out there and the real history, the real facts. Um, yeah, so be an influencer and speak truth and wisdom, and just don't fall for all the false indoctrination out there, the New Age, Freemasonic, atheistic, Hebrew Israelite, Nation of Islam, um, you know, type of pseudoscience, and garbage. That's what it is. The devil loves to deceive, and he uses these groups out here to deceive people from believing in Jesus and believing in God, and living, accordingly to the path of Christ and everything. And also, we have this false Christianity out here misrepresenting real Christianity with all their scandals, their money scandals, their exploitation of churchgoers and stuff like that, their abuse of churchgoers and all that, the corruption of televangelists and all that. There is an issue with that, or the church not owning up to their involvement in colonialism and white supremacy, and the corrupt mainstream church being involved in promoting Zionism and supporting Palestinian genocide and stuff like that. And there is a corruption when it comes to Christianity, but this doesn't mean that you should reject Jesus and God because of that, because of what these crooked men have done and misrepresented Christianity. Like I say, look to Jesus and keep your eyes on Jesus. Let Jesus represent himself. And Jesus, when he was here on earth, he spoke truth and love and compassion and wisdom, and liberation and stuff like that. And later on, these corrupt guys used his name to go and colonize and enslave people and take their land and all that. That is not Jesus. They don't represent Jesus. They just try to justify themselves. Um, so just remember, Jesus is not what corrupt man has done throughout history and even to this very day. Jesus, you know, is the way, the truth, and the life. You know, and keep your eyes on God, definitely. You know. Anyways, well, just don't be misled um, and deceived out here. You know. Anyways, I gotta get going. You guys have a good day. This is Conscious Chicano, and I'm out.